Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above, the truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the pain, a land where peace and laughter reign. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems, into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, the joy that spans eternity, the truth that makes us ever free. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may our way.
The Bhagavad Gita is a colloquy, a dialogue between Krishna, who is the divine guru and also the representative of God, and the disciple Arjuna. And how does the guru represent God? I remember when I met my guru, Paramhansa Yogananda, he asked me to give him my unconditional obedience. Well, I was desperate to be accepted. I really didn't see anything in life. I had tried so hard to improve myself, to reach perfection. I found that it was like washing a dirty shirt. You try to get a bubble that's in the shirt underwater and it just moves somewhere else. So I'd concentrate on one fault, and my energy being removed from another fault, that fault would come up. And I realized I needed help. I think that that happens to everybody, but it must happen before they will seek a guru. When they realize that I need help, I can't get it on my own, then they understand the need for a guru. The guru's purpose is not all, mind you, truth is one. There's nothing sectarian in true religion. And what Krishna taught, Jesus taught. What Jesus taught, Buddha taught. All truths are one. They give different emphases to the truth, depending on the needs of the times in which they're living. But in the Bible, in the Gospel of St. John, it says, to all those who received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. And receiving doesn't mean, most Christians think it just means, well, I believe in him. Belief has been made the essence of being a true Christian. Well, people used to believe that the world is flat. That didn't make it flat, did it? The beliefs that you hold are not necessarily true. I can believe in you, but until you've proved yourself to me through testing, I can't say that I have faith in you. And so faith comes from experience. And faith is what the Bible is really talking about. It's what Jesus was talking about. And it's what Krishna also was bringing to Arjuna and to the world. But that, the need for the guru, I can say this now, I have been a disciple of Paramhansa Yogananda for nearly 61 years now. And I can say that what I have really gained from him is attuning myself to his consciousness. It's very interesting how you don't lose your individuality. When I met him and he said, "Will you give me unconditional obedience?" I was, as I said, desperate. But I said that I wanted to be honest. I said, "What if I think you're wrong?" And he said, "I will never ask anything of you that God himself doesn't tell me to ask you." And I found that it was so. And everything that he asked me, I found that if I followed my will, I didn't get anywhere. But if I did what I was feeling from him, and that feeling, it was a very interesting play between the disciple and the guru, I could say, because he would try to force me to understand him in an inward way, in my consciousness.
Good morning again, friends. So wonderful to hear Swamiji speaking of his time with Master. I think so many people, even considered disciples, really don't listen deeply or follow or the guru's guidance. Maybe they don't know how, or many people become their own guru. They want to do what they want to do. But following inwardly the guru is really the doorway to freedom. I remember before coming on the path that in school at university, we had an encounter group, and you go every week and people would basically tell you what they thought you should do and where you're going wrong. And they didn't know what they were talking about. It was the blind leading the blind. And oftentimes relatives try to tell us how to guide our life properly. And honestly, if I had followed my relatives, I wouldn't be on the path. Maybe that's the same for you. And then there are so-called friends who try to tell us what to do. And I don't think I'd be on the path if I had followed those friends at that time either. We need to realize that God is the truest friend and is coming to us, guiding us, talking to us, directing our lives through the guru. And from birth, from not even this lifetime, from every lifetime, God has been drawing us home through to him, through the guru. And this life, from when we were just born, Master was pulling us, drawing us, guiding us to go live in this place, guiding us to go to this school, guiding us to this job, guiding us to this relationship as best as he could. And then finally guiding us to him and trying to show us the way to freedom. And I remember Swamiji's story of coming onto the path when he was at a bookstore in New York, and he saw Master's book and he was drawn to it, but then he said it was dedicated to an American saint, Luther Burbank. So he said, "There's no American saints." He put it back. But then the next day or so, he was in that same area and he felt Master's guidance. Guidance isn't going to come to you always in the way that you think. Swamiji felt an actual force that was pushing him back towards that bookstore to get that book. And he got it, he read it. Master was guiding him through the book. Master said he put his vibrations. What does that mean? His blessings, his magnetism is in those words, in the pages of Autobiography of a Yogi. And so Master guides us to get back to him. He guides us through our practices. As we practice, we feel his guidance I felt his guidance to move to Ananda. And when I got there, I felt his guidance through Swamiji telling me how to practice, how to behave, how to have the right attitudes, how to stay positive, all of these things. This was Master's guidance. And I didn't hear a voice from above or have a vision of Master or anything like that, but it was definite guidance coming through Swamiji. Then I felt it through his books, through his lessons, through the songs, through yoga practice, through having the right thoughts. It's always there. but we have to realize that we have to be there. And then I was thinking of Master, he followed the guidance of God. People think they can do their own, get their own guidance. But as Swami Sri Tesraji said to Master, allow me to discipline you. And Master said, well, why, sir? And he said, because your guidance is from through whims and fancies. You're doing what you want to do. And that's what most people are doing, even while on the path. It's what do I want? Instead of asking Guruji, what do you want? So Master, I was thinking earlier today, he was always guided by God. And of course his guru, and of course Babaji. And Swamiji told us here in India, right from the beginning, Master and Babaji are guiding the work. It's not me, it's not you. So he was always saying, we're tuning into the divine. So then Master even, and his work in going to America wasn't easy for him. He was following his guru. He was following the guidance of Divine Mother, of Swami Sri Tesraji. He was following Babaji. He prayed to Babaji, remember, before he left. It's an autobiography. He said he prayed so much that his brain was splitting. He wanted to hear that Babaji wanted him to go to America. He was seeking a guidance. Babaji came and he said, yes, the Lord has heard your prayer. You are to go to America. And Master went, but he waited for that guidance. And then when he was there, and I remember once Master said he needed money to go out and do outreach. He had his campaigns. He traveled all over America teaching, and thousands of people were receiving the teachings of India, of Kriya Yoga. And Master told his accountant, whoever was keeping the records, financial records, I need to go out and I need to teach. And the person said, you can't go anywhere. You don't have any money. And Master said, I'm going. He was in tune with God. He was walking down the streets, San Francisco, and a man was passing by him. And he looked at him and he went up to Master and he said, I want to help your work. And he could see there weren't many Indians in America then. This was in California even. Master had long hair, dark skin. He may have had on a robe, I'm not sure, but he was definitely spiritually uplifted. And the man could see that. He said, I want to help your work here. And Master said, you don't even know who I am. And the person said, yes, I do, from your eyes. And he wrote him a check for $27,000. Now that's guidance from God. Yes, you are to go and do this teaching, get out and reach people. Same with Mount Washington. When Master got Mount Washington, he walked onto the property. Before it was owned by him, by the organization. And he said, this place feels like home. And all the people with him said, we can't even walk in there. He says, no, I'm going in. And he goes in and he finds out how much the price is after a short time. It was $65,000, which at that time was a huge amount of money in the 20s. But Master said, no, this is our place. He even brought the students in for a program. I don't know where they had it, probably just on the lawn. He said, this is your home now. He was so assured from Divine Mother's guidance. He was absolutely 100% in tune. And so then he said, I was about to sign the contract when Divine Mother held my hand. Again, Divine Mother's guidance. And he said, after that, the owner went down by $20,000 and we got it for $45,000. And then Master said, but still, I was seeking guidance. I kept talking to Divine Mother. How are you going to get me this place? How are you going to help me get this money? And you have to be sincere. You can't just sit there passively hoping and sitting on the couch. And he just said, I just churned the ether to make that happen. And more and more people gave towards it. And it was at the very end. And Mrs. Trask, this woman who he said, Divine Mother turned my face to her name in the phone book on whatever list he had. And he felt Divine Mother saying, call her, she can help you. He called her, she said, yes, I have, there was $5,000. I have the money. He said, you must be there. You must be there. And other people were waiting to get the place. If he didn't have the money. And Mrs. Trask, she was late, but she came. She got there. And Master said the drama was over and the place was ours. But he said, it's a very interesting point. He said, I was battling with Divine Mother about how are you going to guide me to get this place? How many people battle with Divine Mother? They just throw up a prayer and hope she hears it and then say, nobody heard me. But you have to put out energy and work for it. I remember when I was wondering if I should be living here in India, and obviously I should be living. I've been here almost 20 years. But I was thinking in the beginning, I don't know if I should go, if I should not be there, if I should stay in America. And I inwardly was asking Master, should I be there? Do you want me in India? And I was doing a program in Ashland, Oregon. Before I went there, this was in 2004. Before I went to the program, I was meditating and I opened up Songs of the Soul just to get inspiration. And inwardly, I had it on my mind, should I be going to India? Should I be living in India? Should I help Swamiji in India? And I opened the book to the page, the poem, My India. I thought, this is a sure sign from a Master. And this is the thing, I love what Swamiji said. He said that people, they have in their own minds what they want Master to say about their life. And he said they look at the photograph and they think what are their desires? And they look at Master's picture and say, well, he looks like he's saying yes. You have to test that. I tested it. I didn't just say yes, I tested it. And then I came to India on a retreat, on a pilgrimage. And Swamiji started working on me about coming to India. I mean, that was Master. You must be here. We need it here. We want people to be here. We need help over here. And so then I wasn't freed up enough yet because I was still engaged in America. So then I came back about 3 months later or so, and I asked Swamiji again. This is the other thing. Ask someone who you respect. Don't just go with your own inner guidance. I mean, it's usually full of desires and not what do I want? What does Master want? What does Divine Mother want? What is my own Dharma in life? How can I fulfill that Dharma? How can I make spiritual progress? Not how can I become more egoic? How can I have what I want and meditate to it? I mean, I see that. And so then when I came back that second time to India, I really felt I should be here, but I here again, I wanted Master to tell me. I wasn't going to just come on my own, and this was a big decision. I wrote Swamiji an email, and he was in India, and then he didn't respond, so I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't want me to come. So then I finally saw Swamiji. I said, Swamiji, did you get my email? He says, what email? So I told him what it was about, and he said, I never forget, this was such strong guidance. He said, look around. He was shouting. He said, you're desperately needed and you need a break. I thought, break? How am I going to get a break in India? But the rest of it sounded good. But I waited. It took about 6 months before I absolutely assured that I would be in India. Jyotish and Daviji told me something so interesting. Maybe you heard them on one of the In Conversations, that they said Swamiji used to talk to people, counsel people, whoever was looking for guidance, and he would have them bring the person to the room where he would be talking with them and sit with him, Jyotish and Daviji. Then when he was done, he would have them escort the person out. And they said almost always, not always, but many times I should say, they would be walking the person out. They had heard what Swamiji advised the person. They'd be walking the person out and the person would say the opposite of what Swamiji had said. Did you hear what he said? He said I should do this, which was what they wanted to do anyway. Why they came and asked him, they didn't know. And this is the thing, you have to be sincere. How do you ask? With deep sincerity. Master, I want to know. I deeply want to know. And as it says in the purification ceremony, the Master says, open your heart to me and I will enter. and take charge of your life. And with that kind of sincerity, Master will guide you. And some other basic tips on getting guidance are: one, meditate and pray. Make every day, this is what I do, make a connection. Don't just sit there, meditate and falling asleep and looking at your watch. Every day, connect with your guru. And first in meditation, connect and talk to Master. What do you want me to do? What's right in this situation? How should I go about that? Next thing, read something every day from Master's teachings. It could be from his books, Master's books, Swamiji's books. Open any page even and read something that feels and feel he's talking to me through this paragraph, through this page, through this chapter. Another thing, listen to the talks of Swamiji, of Master. You know, many people came to Swamiji's talks in Gurgaon when he was teaching, giving satsangs there every week. And people would have questions, and sometimes people would ask their questions, surely. But a lot of times people came out of that room and they said, I didn't have any questions because he answered all the questions in his talk. And I think that happens. If we really want to know, if we listen to the talks, look for an answer. I listen to the talks every day. Some people never listen. They don't even know how to get the talks. You can go on YouTube. There's so many of them there. Another one is serving. Through serving, you feel answers. I mean, if you can get out of yourself, oh, I'm worried about this. I need to do this one. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You're completely blocked, completely paralyzed. Once you start serving, you start giving to Guruji's work in one way or another. You find, oh, he's answered this one. Oh, like you come back and you say, oh, that's answered now. Okay, I understand what he wants me to do. A lot of times, inspiration comes through doing, not sitting. Get up and do. Take the first step that you feel, even if you're unsure, take one step in that direction and do something with the thought of God. And then you find, okay, this is in the right direction. Okay, I need to go this way. I was once looking for a house for Swamiji in Gurgaon, and he needed that house like right away. He was in a place that wasn't comfortable. He was only staying here for 2 weeks. And it was, a desperate situation. I got in the car alone with the driver. I knew I wanted to get Swamiji somewhere close to the Gurgaon center. And I got the driver, I said, get on the street. And I was just praying, feeling intuitively where there was a house. And I knew there was a house on that block. There were different rentals I had seen before. And we were driving, and I just kept praying, and I stopped the car. I looked over, there was a sign that had a phone number even. I called that number. I met the person within about 2 hours and we signed a contract and we got the place. But that came from, I was sure. One other thing is have the faith, trust, know that Master's with you. He wants to guide us. He's the guru. And finally, last thing is to open yourself up through the music, through chanting. I'm here in Calcutta. You may not know that I didn't say, but it's wonderful here. I'm really, really enjoying this visit. I've been here a number of days, almost a week. They're wonderful Guru Bhais here. They take such good care of you. And I love being here. Anyway, and for Guru Purnima, it's the best place to be. We had a wonderful satsang at the Tulsi Bose Shrine, but we had a music workshop as well. And I could see, that was on Saturday, I could see the people when they first came in, it's kind of sitting and wondering what's going to go on. And by the end of the 3 hours, people were just so joyful, smiles on the faces, totally uplifted. We had chanted, we learned a song of Swamiji, we sang it together, we chanted. People learned they learned the drum, they learned the kol, they learned the kirtals, the cymbals. We had a tanpura. And I've got this new instrument. I've just got to show it to you that they gifted me, which, have you ever bought an instrument you couldn't even play? But I can't really play this, Esraj, but I played the cello for years and it has a bow. And I'm asking Master, this is the last thing I'm saying, I'm asking Master to guide me, to teach me how to play it. He played this instrument, Esraj, and I'm sure he's going to guide me to a teacher. I'm praying for a teacher. If you know anybody out, any of you who can teach me Esraj, I don't think anybody in Ananda worldwide is playing this instrument. And why do I want to play it? Because I feel in tune with Master through the little bit that I did play. I feel more in tune with him. And I want to play it also because he played it. So at some point, maybe you have a chance to hear me play it when I can play it. So God bless you all. Now I'll ask Natendra to join me on the screen. We have a couple of questions.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. Dhyanaji, the first question is, I try to ask for master's guidance, but I don't feel like...
I try to get Master's guidance, but I don't feel him. That takes time, really. And I think it takes awareness and listening. I think most people are talking so much they can't ever hear him. That's my feeling. I would say be more quiet yourself, be more inward, be more still. I think he's talking all the time, but everybody else is talking. I would say take more time in silence and try to listen more. And Swamiji said, call from here. Master said, call from here. You put your prayer out from here. Call to Master from the spiritual life. Feel him in your heart. That takes stilling of the emotions. Most people are just so emotional. Oh, you're not going to hear anything. You have to calm down and feel in the heart. The third step is act. Call, feel, move, do something, act on the guidance. But it takes time. I would never say I'm sure of guidance from Master. I'm a little sure, then I check with others. When I moved to Mumbai for those 9 months, I asked 10 of my peers what they thought, including, of course, beyond that, I asked Jyotish and Deviji. I didn't just say, I want to go to Mumbai. I'm going to move in Mumbai. I'm going to go. I asked 10 people. And once I felt, now, so of course I asked Master. And then I said, okay, now I feel this is right. So don't assume that you know. You don't know. You can get into fall into a lot of pitfalls with that attitude. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. Next, Dhyanaji, is sometimes I get guidance to go in one direction and then I feel that the guidance to go in another direction.
Yeah, that's how guidance works. It's not static or stagnant. It's moving. And I think a lot of people, they make mistakes because they're frozen. This is how it's always been. This is how it has to be. Or they're frozen or afraid. You have to take a leap of faith on the path. Really, or you just don't grow. And so sometimes it's feel like I should go here. No, time to go right. Uh-oh, now I got to go left. Now I go backwards a little bit. Now I got to go forward. But I'll tell you what it's like. It's like driving in Calcutta. It's crazy here. It's crazy. I mean, you're over here and you go over there and I'm just hanging onto the seat. So you have to go, you have to be fluid. And as you're fluid, I would say, no, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd say Calcutta traffic and driving is worse than Delhi. I'll probably get a lot of messages from friends, but I would say it's worse because you have to maneuver. So as you're going on the path, listening to guidance, you have to keep moving. You keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Masters keep, and here's another thing I always think. I always feel like Divine Mother likes to have fun sometimes, doesn't she? I think Master likes to have fun with us, but we don't want to have fun. We want to know right now, what do you want me to do? But they're saying, oh, let's enjoy this. No, I don't want to enjoy anything. I need to know the answer now. So as you get longer on the path, you start to relax more and you say, okay, I know Divine Mother's good. Has it happened to you in the 11th hour? Many times in my life, the answer has come. But I had to grow and I had to do so much so I could grow. And then Master said, okay, you're on the right path. Here, now I'll give it to you.
Last question.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
confident enough to follow the guidance that comes. So how can I strengthen?
I mean, if you're afraid, you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to strengthen your spine. My goodness, energize more, do more Mahamudra, exercise, swim, walk, jog. You've got to get moving and get a bigger aura. That's what I was saying. Get a bango, get a navratna. I mean, get a mala, wear it. But you can't lack confidence in yourself as long as you keep asking. Here's one thing why you might not have. Is this the confidence question? This is what you're asking, right? Yeah. Sometimes you just you have to put your toe in the water. You can't just put your whole foot in and leg and jump in if you don't know. It's deep. So you have to keep testing, trying things out, and you grow in confidence and you grow in faith. But still, I know Swamiji never assumed. He would say that. You don't say, okay, I know it now. Nobody has to tell me anything. I'm set for life. No way. You're just asking for trouble. And so just keep humble, keep open, keep asking, keep being receptive, and keep following the gurus. And sometimes I pray to Babaji, help me. Sometimes it's Lahiri Mahashaya, which way should I go? Sometimes it's Krishna, sometimes it's Jesus Christ, sometimes it's Swami Shri Tesraji. And you gotta wake up for that guidance. So it takes a lot to make it happen. Last point I want to say is don't be lazy. Make it happen. If you want the guidance, it's there. If you want to follow, you can follow. If you want to listen, you can listen. If you want to act, you can act. If you want to make spiritual progress, you can do it. But it takes greater the will, greater the flow of energy. You've got to really be active, dynamic, magnetic. And then after meditation, I just feel all the ideas just floating down to me, and inspiration and insights and answers to problems, and it just floating down because I'm just drawing it like a magnet. You have to draw it. Nobody can give that to you, not even God, until you're open enough yourself. Okay, God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Natendra.